In tonight's headlines, we take you to our embassy's open house in Washington, D.C. Belize Music Week kicks off next week, and a contract has been signed for 2 huge infrastructural projects. These stories and more on this week's edition of Belize Now. Thanks for joining us on this Friday, May 11, 2018. I am Erin Guzman. Our Belize Now team was recently in Washington, D.C. for the Around the World Embassy Tour, where the Embassy of Belize held its annual open house. Miriam Longsworth brings us all the action and festivities firsthand.
We are in Washington, D.C. today for Around the World Embassy Tour 2018. It's a part of Passport D.C., which is an annual event here in Washington, D.C., where the embassies showcase their country to the community.
During the event, the different embassies along what is called Embassy Row open their doors to visitors to tour their facilities and learn more about their respective countries through food, music, dance, art, and more. It's not the first time that Belize has participated in the event. Belize's ambassador to the United States, His Excellency Daniel Gutierrez, told us why the embassy chooses to be a part of the yearly event.
Passport DC is an opportunity for people of the Washington, Virginia, Maryland area to be able to come into the embassies, to access the embassies. In terms of Belize, we don't have a tradition of displaying the inside of the embassy. Not that the embassy isn't lovely, but we have more of, we're more enthusiastic to display our culture, to be able to bring Belize to DC, to be able to have people feel what Belize is all about.
The very long line of visitors were greeted by the ambassador, his wife, the Minister of Tourism, Honorable Manuel Heredia, and Belize Tourism Board Director, Karen Bevans. Each year, the embassy chooses a special feature of Belize to showcase. This year, it was the Chiquibul Forest Reserve. The visitors entered the very impressive replica of the Chiquibul Forest Reserve, where they learned more about the precious protected area. After that stop, it was all about the food, drinks, and music. A few Belizeans living in the diaspora had booths at the event and had some scrumptious local delicacies on sale.
What all do you have today on sale?
Well, we had stewed chicken, stewed pork, rice and beans, potato salad, coleslaw, barbecue, ribs, and chicken. A lot of people said, why are you gonna go to Washington? We're like, listen, we are ambassadors. Each one of us is an ambassador to our country. And so for us, it was a lot of work, but the love that went into it was beyond just making money for the organization. It was really participating and giving back to our country.
It's great. It feels like a party, so I feel like I'm at home. Because the music, the food, those are my 2 favorite things, food and music. And any opportunity I have to be surrounded by that and share my culture is what I'm about. So many people from so many different places that have never been to Belize, heard of Belize, and are able to experience a little sliver of it today. That's really exciting for me. And everyone just seems like they're having a great time and they're just really happy that we're here and we're doing this.
As the visitors left with their satisfied taste buds, they had more opportunities to learn about the country from the Belize Tourism Board, the Belize Hotel Association, and the Department of Immigration. And they got to party some more. The event drew visitors from all over the world. Here's what a few of them had to say about their experience at the Embassy of Belize.
What do you think about today's event, or specifically what you think about Belize?
Well, I really like the barbecue because I was hoping that somebody would have a nice barbecue, and this has been the best so far. And as far as Belize goes, I've already looked into it, and I've actually thought about moving there.
We definitely had a great time, great food, great people.
And we love the music. Oh my gosh, that food was divine. It was really divine.
This has been an incredible festival. We got some rum punch, great food, great people, a lot of energy.
So what do you think about the event today?
Oh my God, it's so great to see all the food and the drinks. I'm having a local beer right now. I actually quite enjoy it. Oh, I think it's very important as a cultural outreach it allows people to get a sample of the island or the country before they visit it. It piques interest. I've visited a lot of countries along the strip, and I've gotten ideas for my next couple of vacations. So I'm glad I've done this today.
The event was more than just selling Belize to the world, but was an opportunity to bring Belizeans in the diaspora together for a taste and feel of the land they still call home.
Well, this is my first time and I'm impressed. I'm loving it.
I was so pleased to see all the people, all the educational, everything was educational, you know, the food, the drinks. It tells you a lot, the culture. Mostly the culture. I love the cultural part and all the different displays. You could have learned a lot about Belize.
And why do you think events like these are important?
They're important because it brings the world together. Because if you look around, it's not only Belizeans that you saw. People from different cultures, Americans, people from all over the world, and that made me extremely happy.
It's a privilege for me to drink a beer today because, you know, I'm living in Chicago 20 years and I don't often get it, only maybe twice. And I love that they advertising our food and stuff like that, you know, it's very good.
Events like these are important because I think that the people in the diaspora, they're scattered. And I think that this is the role. I believe that the embassy is finally playing its role of uniting Belizeans from everywhere, because I think Belizeans from everywhere are here today.
For Belize Now, I'm Miriam Longsworth.
According to the event organizers, 53 embassies participated this year. The Embassy of Belize informed us that they welcome around 7,000 visitors, which is 2,000 more than last year. They expect to see even more visitors next year. We'll have more stories after the break. Stay with us.
A high school basketball showcase took center stage at the first ever event to take place in the historic state-of-the-art Belize City Civic Center. Thanks to the government of Belize, Belizeans now have a massive modern entertainment and convention facility to be utilized by all sectors of society.
I have gone on record to say as well that Teachers' Day this year, which will come in next month of May, will also be here in the Belize Civic Center. All 5,000, almost 6,000 teachers strong will converge here in the Belize Civic Center for a massive event. There is no other place in this country that can hold the kinds of numbers that the Belize Civic Center can hold.
Government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
When we all come together, Belizeans living at home and Belizeans living abroad, and we use all our resources to get to the top of the highest possible mountain. Congratulations again to all the members of Team Belize. Congratulations to the organizers, to those who put this team together. And before I close, I want to make you one promise. I will find the funds to build a dedicated first-class basketball facility.
The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
The Office of the Music Ambassador is hosting a third annual Music Week on May 17th, 18th, and 19th. Our Belize Now team found out more about the upcoming event. Here's more.
Yeah. We often hear hear about international artists performing in Belize, but we also have very talented homegrown artists, and this month they will have an opportunity to showcase their talents to the Belizean public. On May 17th, 18th, and 19th, the Office of the Music Ambassador is hosting Music Week. What is the significance of an event like this for Belize? Here's what some of the artists involved had to say.
Over the past couple of years, Belize never have a music industry, you know what I mean? So by doing this, one, they showcase all the talent, apart from just what we consider the bigger artists in a spotlight. You know, all the upcoming artists. We want a boss, we figure show Belize, yo, I could do this, check it out. You know what I mean? So it somewhat grow the industry or the try build. It also give people the confidence to come out and do anything.
There's always like concerts where they would bring in like people from abroad or whatever, and then we would get a little time to be like their opening and stuff, and that would be like a big deal for us. So to have like 3 concerts back to back where it's solely Belizean artists, that's like a pretty big deal.
It's a very important event, especially due to how the music day in a level where they go right now, and with the different kind of videos, music, where they upgrade, we say update, then the whole game doesn't get updated, due to this time away. The music ambassador right now, we say different artists get like exposure outside, like King Ko say, we say people represent Belize.
I like the idea of how they promote it as a concert, because it's not every time we promote Belizean concerts in Belize.
And what inspired the coordination of such an event? The music ambassador told us more.
Part of having a music week is just celebrating, promoting, marketing our Belizean musicians to let the country know we have great talent, come out, celebrate them, enjoy them.
He further mentions that music goes far beyond entertaining the public.
Well, the Belizean people will get to see, again, some of the most spectacular performances of the year. It's also about educating the performers as to the business of music, so they can monetize their talent, because this is not just, it is something that you do as a passion, it is something that you do for the love of it, but we would like to empower the musicians to be able to monetize their talent, so they can continue to be creative and enhance their creativity.
Some of the artists, along with the music ambassador, told us what Belizeans can expect from Music Week 2018.
You say different artists, it's different, genres of music, people come out, enjoy, we got the hip hop, we have the breakdown, we have the punta, we have the dancehall, we have reggae, and you get to meet other artists, we be learning about like that other artists work, so where they do it one thing, but at the same time build a vibe, so where everybody stand in the music world and consider different. Share ideas and network with other artists, so where everybody stand at the same time and say continue to build a positive vibes, a positive impact for the music industry.
I don't know I the yet too straight out of Belmopan, so I want to go and carry Belmopan there, so you know what I mean, because Belmopan all about love. I represent all the young people, just the lifestyle we live. A little bit different, you know what I mean. We call it the Garden City for a lot of reasons. But I also want to go show them what we about, how we live life, how we express ourselves. I want to go represent me and all the young people in Belmopan. I mean, the same way I want to go show them a little bit of Stig. Because Stig the artist is a crazy guy, you know what I mean? The people didn't even say that.
I have my dancers, and it's always like really cool because we prepare so much. But this time, I'm gonna be having my dancers, but I'm also gonna be doing something I've never done before. So I'm super excited because I'm going all out. I'm just saying.
The music, they put in this very hard work, and it speaks for itself, in the Belizean culture. And we see how far they're going, how far Mr. Andepala also gone, different artists. So it's music very important to me.
Seeing everyone come together to form this great event, it's pretty awesome. I'm loving it.
I'm falling in way too deep, always in my thoughts even when I sleep. Don't take me for granted.
His concert style, giving them a legitimate performance, Belizean style.
3 days, 60 artists, and 1 main stage at the Belize City Civic Center. The event promises to include Belizean artists to satisfy every local genre in music. On Thursday, May 17th, some of Belize's favorite punta, paranda, and brockdown artists. On Friday, May 18th, 20 of Belize's best dancehall and reggae artists. And on Saturday, May 19th, hip-hop and R&B artists, including Grammy-nominated and multi-platinum artist, designer, and platinum artist King Kosa.
So come out the music week. I was about the 18th. Me, Dan Do, it's a world thing. We are about to give good vibe, good energy, because we're all about love. Our country is a very young country in the music, so it's very important to know for the Belizean public, and I really would want everybody come out and see the different talent and different types of music, different genres of music we are display.
It's going to be filled with enough excitement, and I think it's going to be a great show.
I think it's a matter of national pride to come out and support your artists just like you support your basketball team. The same way Civic pack for basketball, it should be packed, to see your musicians.
Well guys, make sure you guys come out on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. That's the 17th, the 18th, and the 19th. It's purely Belizean vibes and it's purely Belizean artists. And a lot of us work really hard to be a part of this music industry and make it in you guys' eyes. So come out and support us. I'm sure you won't be disappointed.
We could do this music business as well, not only outside.
Well, I don't know, say, that music week. The music week, everybody come out because the music week, no lot of speech. So no reach out, right? Stick says so. Them no must say we pan tap. Boy you only bad pan your Snapchat. Me near stick got Belize pan lock. A girl from overseas want play with Melax. Made her on Facebook.
For Belize Now, I am Janelle Rodriguez.
On May 7th, the Prime Minister of Belize, Right Honorable Dean Barrow, and country representative of the Inter-American Development Bank, IDB, Dr. Cassandra T. Rogers, signed a loan contract for $10 million to undertake climate resilience measures. The project is a continuation of the bank's support for the flood mitigation in Belize City, which included the flood mitigation infrastructure project completed in 2017. It will seek to reduce Belize's vulnerability to climate change and risk with the implementation of climate resilience measures in the tourism sector and the improvement of disaster risk management governance. The program consists of two components. The first will seek to reduce climate change risk in the tourism sector. It will include studies and investments to reduce floods in the Orange Street area of Belize City, actions to control coastal erosion in Palapa Gardens Beach and Kikaker, and to reduce the impacts of intense tourism activities on the surrounding coral reef and seagrasses of Goff's Key. The second component deals with disaster risk management governance and climate change adaptation. It will focus on sharing information among key players, funding research efforts, and acquiring software to develop and publicize a web platform expected to become the cornerstone for a national climate risk information system.
This investment came out of the Hurricane Earl in August of 2016, and the bank is very pleased to continue the support to the government of Belize in the area of climate resilience. In the context of this particular operation, we are continuing the work that we completed under the Flood Mitigation Infrastructure Program in Belize City, where we saw that as a result of the investments, flood levels in Belize City were reduced during Hurricane Earl. However, the studies that were conducted under that program show that there is additional work to be done, part of it which will be completed under this program.
Of course, I am pleased to be able to say that while all IDB projects in Belize are excellent projects, this one is, I think, particularly relevant, particularly useful, particularly valuable, and particularly timely. Let me repeat that it gives me great pleasure to be able to sign the documents with you today and to place on record the continuing gratitude of the government of Belize to the IDB.
The $10 million loan from the bank's ordinary capital is for a 25-year term with a 5.5 years grace period and a LIBOR-based interest rate. Stay tuned for more stories after the break.
Punta Gorda Town now has a modern multi-purpose sporting facility thanks to the government of Belize. The brand new complex is double the size of the prior venue, and some of the features include a FIBA certified wooden court with padding underneath, seating capacity for 1,000, changing rooms, locker rooms, and offices. This $3.4 million investment in the town of Punta Gorda is being heralded by the residents of PG.
I feel very excited because this is first time a port like this is built in PG.
This is a big achievement for the town because we have a lot of the youths there where they come out and want to play ball the same way. And this just put up on another level.
A lot of youths can't even wait to play on the new court because it's so official and it's something new to PG, you know, in a whole.
I have to thank the government of Belize because then they look out for PG, you know.
The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Residents of Dangriga now have their very own brand new modernized multi-purpose complex, compliments of the government of Belize. This $3.5 million investment in the cultural capital will host sporting events, cultural events, and shows, and can double as a hurricane shelter. Features include seating for 1,000, a fully FIBA certified wooden court, locker rooms with full bathrooms, a stage and changing rooms backstage, concession stands, office space, and ample parking. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Also, on Monday, May 7th, the government of Belize signed a $34 million contract with Cisco Construction Limited for the construction of the Airport Link Road.
That link road involves, it will affect about 80,000 people. It is very important because of the economic activity that it will create in the area in terms of agriculture and tourism. And it is a contract, a loan from the OPEC, Funds for International Development, and the government of Belize.
The transportation coming from north and the movement of goods could then be diverted from that side and across that way to the port and leave out the impact that the traffic would have on the city also. So it is a welcome initiative. It opens economic activity for my area also in terms of, as Minister said, tourism, but there are some people out there who already have land and can probably move immediately to agriculture and other activities in that area. So for me, as the area representative, it's a welcome initiative, and I thank you all, Minister, CEO, and to all of you for allowing me just to witness it. It's a pleasure.
One of the main features of the plan is for a high-level bridge which will intersect at the George Price Highway and cross the Belize River to intersect the Airport Access Road near Gentrack Belize Limited. The bridge structure is designed to the American Association of State Highway and Transportation Officials standards and has a total span of 81.7 meters. The road will be approximately 5 miles long. The project will be implemented by the Ministry of Works' Project Execution Unit, while NARCO consultants of Kuwait will provide technical and administrative supervision. Works are expected to commence immediately. The Inspiration Center is the beneficiary of a $160,000 Belize donation raised at the October 2017 See and Taste Belize Festival. Our Belize Now team was there for the handing over, which took place last Monday, April 30th.
In October 2017, the Consulate of Belize in Florida hosted its second annual See and Taste Belize Festival at the Bayview Waterfront Ballroom Covens Conference Center in Florida. The non-profit organization, See and Taste Belize Inc., which was established in 2015, is the brainchild of the Consulate's Consul General, Mrs. Janine Sylvester Vega. She told us more about the organization's mission.
The idea is to share Belize with the world. We're starting off with South Florida, and people, I'm sure, love the idea of learning something new about Belize. And then lastly, of course, but more importantly, is to really give back to the children of Belize. The first year that we hosted the event, we gave to the Pediatric Intensive Care Unit, which was being built at the time. And it goes without saying that that unit is obviously very important to the health of the neonatals in Belize, because before that, mothers had to travel abroad to get help, urgent help for their babies. And then the same applies for the Inspiration Center. It is a first of its kind to care for children with disabilities.
Vega also spoke on the success of the 2017 event, which raised $160,000 Belize dollars.
Very excited and proud of all our efforts. It was a joint effort by everybody involved. See and Taste Belize, the Consulate of Belize in Florida, the partners here in Belize, Beltrade, BTB, Niche, and of course the Office of Special Envoy for Women and Children. I think that we're all inspired by the overwhelming success and the results that we had. But I think the whole concept is it just catches on, it resonates with people because it allows Belizeans living abroad the opportunity to be a part of Belize, enjoy all the wonderful things that our country offers, things that we miss, the good food, the music, the art.
For the Inspiration Center, this large sum is a welcomed donation.
We are more than happy to receive this donation because as an NGO, we run on fundraisers and donations. I can say that this donation will definitely go towards the operational expenses for the center, simply because when you're looking for grants, most of the time grants don't fund overhead expenses, right? They want to fund like a project or so. So fortunately, with these funds, we'll be able to use it for operational expenses.
We also use the opportunity to hear about the services provided by the Inspiration Center, which have been accessed by up to 600 children in Belize.
When we started out in 2014, we started out with just physical therapy. And 3 months down the road, we had a speech therapist then, so we started offering speech therapy. Then we employed a doctor and a nurse as well. So we now have an in-house health professionals as well, along with allied health professionals. The services we offer are medical evaluations, speech and vital stim therapy, physical therapy, the Ponseti, which is the clubfoot correction method, and hearing screening as well. We are now doing group sessions for children as well, and we've also started a new program called Mind in Motion. We also have 4 rehabilitation field officers who work in the fields. They go out into the homes of some of our clients and do therapy with them as well. The more we learn, the more we do with our children, because we're constantly learning.
And for those interested in the 2018 See and Taste Belize, well, you'll just need to wait until 2019.
Actually, hosting it next year instead of this year because of the great amount of work that is involved and the short staff. And the limitations, we're hosting it every other year for now. And you know, every see and taste brings some element of surprise, but the core values are there, is to keep the authenticity. We have chefs from Belize come up. We have artisans from Belize travel to the event. We have a band. We have the Garifuna Collective. So those are the core elements that have to remain the same. Whatever comes next is just icing on the cake.
For Belize Now, I am Janelle Mencius.
And that's it for this edition of Belize Now. If you want to provide feedback or send in your comments, please feel free to email us at info@pressoffice.gov.bz or visit our Facebook page and let us know what you think. We look forward to hearing from you. Have a great week. Until next time.